I'm Dr. Joshua Reichard, President and CEO of Omega Graduate School, the American Center for Research in the Social Sciences, and this is our 2025 State of the School Address. If I could describe the past year with a single word, it would be stability. After leading a dramatic financial and structural turnaround when I became president in 2020, achieving our 10-year reaffirmation of accreditation, and remaining debt-free, our focus is now on ensuring OGS is stable for years to come. As you probably know, higher education is largely in crisis. The pandemic surely contributed to instability in our sector, but since that time, post-secondary enrollment at all institutions, public and private, large and small, for-profit and nonprofit, has been declining at a startling pace. Since March of 2020, at least 79 public and nonprofit colleges and universities have closed in the United States, with an average of 16 colleges closing per year. I think many things are influencing this trend, from an overemphasis on the importance of a college degree in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, to the proliferation of online degree programs, and now the crisis of artificial intelligence in higher education. Perhaps most troubling is a recent headline that stated, "Rural religious campuses are most at risk of closure." Now, I don't mean to be a prophet of doom. In fact, I recently wrote a chapter entitled "Hope for Higher Education on the Edge" for an academic book edited by our very own Dr. Charlene Bushka that will be published later this year. My chapter is actually a case study of how OGS has nimbly adapted to these societal shifts using lean process improvement, discipline, and strategic foresight. In short, since I became president, the Board of Regents and our executive team have committed to live within our means and keep our budget proportionate to tuition revenue and enrollment. I am convinced this will ensure our long-term viability for many years to come. With that said, I do believe OGS is still one of the best-kept secrets in American higher education, and we have something truly unique to offer. Because of our Oxford tutorial method, we have always been something different since our founding in 1981. I've shared before that I believe I was called to do two important things at OGS: to restore the foundations and adapt for the future. While we've been working hard to preserve our founding principles, put back lost practices, and ensure we are faithful to what makes us special, we adapted to almost fully online instruction during the pandemic. My background in computer science and technology surely helped facilitate that transition quickly. And it turned out our students loved it because it saved them a lot of time, money, and travel. However, we kept our residency requirement through virtual interactions and a commitment to resisting fully asynchronous delivery. We believe a community of scholars interacting in real time is central to a quality graduate school education. But I don't think that was the future I was called to help OGS adapt to. As much as I love technology, I'm deeply troubled by how generative artificial intelligence is swallowing up the authenticity of online teaching and learning. Across all of higher education, students are submitting papers written by ChatGPT, and faculty are using ChatGPT to grade them. I believe this will only continue to devalue advanced degrees and make graduates less employable, less competent, and dare I say, less organically intelligent. Something in my spirit tells me that the next stage of adapting for the future at OGS will involve defending the fundamentally human aspects of our education method and ensuring that we are an alternative to the cheapening trends in higher education. Of course, we use AI where appropriate at OGS, and we're trying our best to do so constructively and ethically. We still offer our Library of Congress research seminar and our University of Oxford research trip, both in person. And I believe people will soon get sick of robots talking to robots, and they will desire more authentic human-to-human learning experiences in the not-too-distant future. And I want OGS to be ready for it. Earlier, I mentioned that stability is our word for this year, and that is because our enrollment is stable, our financial situation is stable, and our executive team and our faculty are stable. But we are still innovating. This fall, we will launch focus of study programs for current OGS students and alumni that will be value-added certificates in various fields of study relevant to our mission. These include clinical sociology, medical sociology, data science for social research, cybernetics for social research, leadership for church crisis, and yes, artificial intelligence ethics. Certificates can be added to the MLit, DSL, or DPhil PhD as long as prerequisites are met. I think these focus of study certificates are just the beginning of the specialized programs we hope to offer. This year, we also made tremendous strides in our information systems, including our own proprietary statistics software, stats.ogs.edu, and qualitative data analysis software, qda.ogs.edu, our own proprietary aggregate academic search engine, modernization of Dial, and improvements to our admission systems and back-end architecture, thanks to David Richardson, our Director of Information Systems. I want to extend special thanks to all those who've joined or renewed as faithful givers to the Guardians of OGS program. Your generosity has helped us offset expenses related to accreditation and state authorization, which ensure the integrity of our degree programs is protected so we can innovate exciting new initiatives like the focus of study certificates. Thank you to all the Guardians. Please visit ogs.edu/guardians to join. I would be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to our executive team, Dr. Curtis McLean, our Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Brenda Davis, our Chief Student Success Officer and Director of Admissions, our Senior Tutor, Dr. David Ward, our Chief Financial Officer, Mike Pecchia, and our Registrar, Richard Gamble. Thanks to our Chancellor, Dr. David Anderson, our Chairman of the Board, Dr. Gary Nichols, our Founder, Dr. Hollis Green, and the entire Board of Regents. Thank you to our faculty, staff, and volunteers who keep OGS stable and steady. And of course, thank you to our current students and alumni for entrusting your academic and professional growth to OGS.